next 48 hours. My name is Nicole Biondi, and as always, I'll be bringing you the latest in what's hot and happening in Cape Town. This evening, we are shooting at the V&A Waterfront, where the new Metro Cinemas foyer has been transformed. Why? For the opening of the much-awaited Long Walk to Freedom movie. In just a moment, we'll be chatting to some of the people who have joined us here this evening. But before that, have a look. We caught up with Tracy Lang in the Smile FM studios.
With Good Life on Smile 90.4 FM. Kicking off the Tracy Lang Show on a Monday evening at 6:08. Good evening and welcome to it. My name is Tracy Lang.
Very special edition of the Tracy Lang Show. It's the 2nd of December, which obviously means we're already at the end of the year, and that November has ended. Now, many of us know that during the month of November, we celebrate Movember. And as annoying as those facial hairs are to so many women, and as much as it's an icebreaker for so many men,
want to let this go?
I do. You said the same thing. I've had November for 30 days. I'm over this now. I love being clean and looking close.
Okay. Now I'm just saying because you've got a very nice Magnum PI thing.
It's fine. I like the clean fresh look.
Okay, ek gaan praat jy begin dat ons die klank hoor op die mikrofoon. And it's really good. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time you will see Clayton Morale with a moustache.
My life is in your hands right now.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
And there we go. Of course, you can get up to Smile 90.4 as well as Tracy Lang on Facebook and Twitter. All those pictures will be there. Everyone that's had the Tracy Lang Show, it's been great to have you here.
The iconic diva Alison Moyet is coming to South Africa. Don't miss her 13 and 14 December at Empress Palace, Johannesburg, and 15 December at the Liquifood Amphitheatre, Paarl. The electronic shows will feature hits of Alison Moyet, including hits from the influential band Yazoo and new music from The Minutes. Alison Moyet. Tickets selling fast through computicket.com and more details at empresspalace.com. Make sure you don't miss Alison Moyet live in South Africa, December 2013.
Okay, so you are the new kid on the block when it comes to the next 48 hours. How did you get to interview and unsing? How did that even happen?
Well, basically, I think I'm cooler than you. I'm not sure if that's gonna work though.
Okay, listen, I mean, have you seen this hat? I mean, are we talking cool? I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? This is cool. Okay, you know what? Let me ask you something. When you go to Ratanga Junction, do they even allow you to go on all the rides?
Well, usually back in the day they didn't, but I think with your hat maybe they would allow me to.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give that to you. Guys, check it out, Ratanga Junction.
Enjoy.
I'm with the Wakil Brown and I'm ready for the Cobra. Ratanga Junction. I'm ready for action. What's up? I'm Imran Khan.
And I'm Charlie.
We can't wait to go on the Cobra.
And you're watching the next 48 hours.
That was amazing.
Hi, I'm Bill Taylor, the General Manager of Ratanga Junction, and today we're hosting the JAG Foundation Annual Runathon, where celebrities and our JAG kids, they come and they run on the treadmills in conjunction with Virgin Active, and today we get paid per kilometer. Ratanga Junction pays 100 Rand for every kilometer that they run, and our goal for the season is to collect 30,000 Rand for the JAG Foundation here in Cape Town.
Joining me on the red carpet, I've got Jenny and Dave Morris. First question, are you guys excited to see the film?
I can't wait. I've heard good things about it. Better live up to my expectations.
Same story with me.
If you think of Nelson Mandela, what are the first few words that come to mind?
The Great Walk to Freedom. I'm very happy he's free. And yeah, it's very emotional, isn't it? What can I say? He's a great man. He's a very great man.
He is a very great man. And one last question. If you're thinking about the life that he's lived, which he's lived quite a long life, which part do you think the movie should bring forward?
His whole life, I think.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that.
I agree with my husband for once.
For once. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the film.
We will.
Thank Taking place at the V&A Waterfront on the outdoor amphitheatre from December 7th until January 26th. These acoustic performances featuring well-known names offer great views, great music, and the perfect way to spend a summer's evening on the water's edge. Bands such as Toucan, the Rudimentals, and Canned Skylark, to name a few, promise to keep audiences entertained over the holiday period. Each performance takes place at a different time on a different day, so keep an eye on the schedule so you don't miss out. For more information, visit www.waterfront.co.za. On the red carpet, I've got Guy and Carl from Good Hope FM. First question, are you guys excited to see the film?
Of course, definitely. Mandela.
Oh, wait. When you think Rolihlahla Nelson Mandela, what are the first few words that come to mind?
I think for me it's definitely got to be hero of the nation, and we were blessed to have had him as a leader and as an inspiration for our country. So definitely hero and gentleman, a man that really epitomizes compassion and empathy. To come out and love your oppressors, it takes a really special individual.
Awesome.
Liberation. I'm done.
Liberation, one word, done. Simplicity.
You sure and that's not Liberace?
Well, I'm not too sure.
It's with Liberace sometimes.
I'm sorry, okay? It's one of those things, like a liberation.
Liberation, okay, cool. And if there's any message that this movie should bring across to the audience, what do you feel that message should be?
Wow, I think it should give us a bit of an insight into the man himself in terms of his life. We all know the political career, but let's learn a little bit more about his relationships and his children and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I say draw the best out of his story and use it to fuel the future.
That's amazing. Carl, Guy, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Guy McDonald, breakfast show presenter on Good Hope FM, and you're watching 48 Hours TV. Obviously, that's why you're seeing me. Keep watching for more entertainment.
Joining me on the red carpet, I've got Nisar, who will be our MC for the night. So, are you excited to see the film?
Well, I should welcome you to the movie. Yes, we're all excited, and I think this movie's been a long time in the making, and it's I think it's the kind of movie that every South African should see, especially the young ones who haven't really seen, who were born post-democracy, and I think it's amazing for South African film, and it will say a lot about the skills that we have in South Africa in terms of filmmaking and that, and I really hope that this movie does well. I'm sure it will do well, and I wish Video Vision and all the guys all the best with this.
That's amazing. And if there's any message that you feel the movie should bring across to the audience, South African and international, what do you feel that message should be?
Well, really, I think it's going to go a long way in just working on the moral fiber of society. You know, if people see what these guys went through back then, you cannot not be touched by what you're about to see this evening. So I think it will really work at social cohesion. It's the kind of thing we need right now.
That's amazing. And then when you think Rolihlahla Nelson Mandela, what are the first few words that come into mind?
Oh, I think resilience, strength, a fighter, and just justice, and so many other things, and so many great memories of such a great man.
Matthew Moore, whose debut album entered the top of the iTunes chart on its release, Taylor, who flits from modern folk to blues rock to pure pop and spooky soul-y vocal, and Nakan Tori, who's a restless soul on a mission to make sense of the world with his songs. This performance provides the audience with the chance to experience the variety of talents that the country has to offer. For more information, visit www.sanb.org.
The iconic diva Alison Moyet is coming to South Africa. Don't miss her 13 and 14 December at Empress Palace, Johannesburg, and 15 December at the Liquifood Amphitheatre, Paarl. The electronic shows will feature hits of Alison Moyet, including hits from the influential band Yazoo and new music from The Minutes. Alison Moyet. Tickets selling fast through computicket.com and more details at empresspalace.com. Make sure you don't miss Alison Moyet live in South Africa, December 2013.
Hi, I'm Ian Bredenkamp, weekdays 9 to 12 on 94.5 KFM, and you're watching 48 Hours TV.
So I was lucky to grab a chat with Hassan Adams, and just for a few questions, are you excited to see the film?
Yes, of course, yeah. Everybody should be, you know, it's a historic moment in our life.
And when you think Rolihlahla Nelson Mandela, what are the first few words that come into mind?
Tolerance. Tolerance, yeah.
That's amazing.
And with great tolerance and patience, you know.
And any part of his life that you feel the movie should bring forward the most?
Well, you know, I don't think there's any single part of his life. I think his whole life is just so iconic that, you know what, let's see what it brings forward, you know.
Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the movie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Judy Lane. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Westco, and our role is to market Cape Town and the Western Cape. Right, what you can do up the West Coast, there you can do the Crayfish Trail, which walks along the beach and stops off with some really, really amazing nature reserves and restaurants, and you can do some wine tasting. We've also got Darling, which is amazing art culture there and galleries, which is really, really unique to the West Coast. The Overberg is also incredibly unique. It's where the hot and cold oceans collide, which means we have an incredibly rich ecosystem, marine ecosystem, and we often call it the Serengeti of the sea, because it's the only place in one day that you can see a whale, a dolphin, a shark, a seal, and a penguin. You can head up the East Coast and do a family road trip, and along the road trip you can stop at towns like Witsunt, which is amazing for whale viewing. It's also where half of the 1820 settlers settled when they first arrived in the Western Cape. You can go up to Mossel Bay, which has the world's smallest shark aquarium, which is an amazing experience for children. We've got Mossel Bay, which is the most beautiful beaches as well, and then Plettenberg Bay, which is obviously quite a hive of activity with lots of young people having fun, families, enjoying the restaurants, the beaches, and the nightlife. If you're heading inland, you can also change your mode of transport and take the train to Maatjiesfontein. In Maatjiesfontein there's a beautiful hotel you can stay at. You can also do stargazing, because it's one of the best places in the southern hemisphere to see the stars because of the low light pollution there. Scenic driving is what you want to do. An amazing way to get to Oudtshoorn and to go see the Kango Caves and the ostriches is along Route 62, which is the longest wine route in South Africa. And if you're coming to the city or you've got family and friends coming to visit you in the city, don't forget all the amazing experiences you can do in the city, in the southern suburbs. Go up Table Mountain, climb Lion's Head, go to the beach. Kirstenbosch got amazing summer concerts at night. We're going to be updating our social media pages every day with unique experiences that you can enjoy in the Western Cape. So like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at Tourism Cape Town.
On Saturday, 7 December, Komiki will be hosting their annual Komiki Festival, an all-day event with food, markets and music. Aside from enjoying the food and drinks at the beer tent, visitors can also enjoy Komiki's Surf Showdown competition, NSRI Walk and Komiki's Got Talent. At sunset, expect to be treated to bands such as Wendy Oldfield and Crimson House Blues. Entry is free, although from 4:40 p.m, tickets will be required to view the live bands. These will be available on the day at a cost cost of 80 Rand per person or 50 Rand per person for children under the age of 16. For more information, visit www.komiki.org. Joining me on the red carpet, I've got the beautiful Theodora Lutuli, granddaughter of Albert Lutuli. So it's quite a privilege to be standing here with you. How are you feeling?
Amazingly incredible, and I don't know what else to say. It's such an honor and a privilege to be part of this great event where the icon, well, my icon, Nelson Mandela, we're actually having a preview of a movie, where the movie that talks to everybody. You know, doesn't matter what color you are, but it touches and it affects you big time.
And when you think of Utatu Nelson Mandela, what are the first few words that come into mind?
Gosh, reconciliation, freedom, peace. That's it. That's the man.
And then is there any specific point in his life that you feel the movie should bring forward to the audience the most?
I suppose the one where he really made the decision to rather reconcile instead of going for war. I think for me that would be the paramount and the most fascinating one.
Thank you very much, Theodora. It was an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and I hope you enjoyed the film.
Only a pleasure.
Thank you.
You are Winnie Madikizela, the first black social worker they've ever hired, and you are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
I heard you have a lot of girlfriends. I'm different.
This is your final warning! They're not breaking any laws.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom.
Something has to change. For 50 years, we have been talking peace and non-violence. Not anymore.
What is it that you personally want?
I have beautiful children and a beautiful wife. I want them to walk free in their own land.
The situation on the streets is out of control.
Somebody wants me.
The accused are responsible for acts of sabotage with the intention of overthrowing the government.
Nelson Mandela, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
My lord, it is not I, but the government that should plead guilty.
You will never leave here. You will never touch a woman or a child again. It's a pity they didn't hang you. I'm going to make sure you wish they had.
The more they oppress us, the harder we fight.
Freedom. It is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. Shall we begin?
I think it was a good representation of Madiba. I've read the book. I guess it's quite difficult to sort of portray his entire life in a 2-hour movie. I think Mr. Singh did quite a good job of representing the most important parts of his life, and more importantly, how much he had to sacrifice with regards to his family and his children. People don't really think about that, so I think that was quite well done. And just generally, a lot of people have tried to replicate Madiba's life and his struggles. I think he's done a relatively good job of kind of representing his life. I mean, it's an important part of South African history. So yeah, I think good. It was a good show, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, good networking session, and thanks to Brimstone and all other partners.
I thought the movie was amazing, especially as a South African who's 30. I remember the 1990 moment when Nelson Mandela was released from prison, and my maid and my mom were making Free Nelson Mandela t-shirts, and so to see it and to see the huge history around it, I mean, it was immensely emotional, because you read the books and you hear the things, but they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and a moving picture is worth 1,000,000, and your heart as a South African is just broken and then made by a movie like this. It's phenomenal.
Here we are, we found a day like we always pray. What I see the future bring to you and me one day. hold on to this day and keep inside your heart such faith that we'll walk along this path God made. In our Father's spoken, in this life we've chosen, will help me follow your plan. And I can't profess that I understand it, but I see me holding your hand. And heaven made your hand to complement my